Very good news for all the users that have experienced the peak brightness issue in HDR from the last update from LG. According to a couple of users, LG started to roll out the fix. That's indeed very good news for everybody who is facing this HDR peak brightness issue at the moment on their LG TV. And to be very honest, earlier than expected in my opinion, the fix. But that's good, actually very, very good. So, and for everybody else who doesn't know what we're talking about, here's a quick update. A couple of weeks ago, LG released the firmware version 03.21.09, which decreased the maximum brightness in HDR by around 100 candela or 100 nits, which of course is a big no-go, because we're talking about 650, 680, 700 candela from the TV, and then suddenly you have 100 candela less. This is visible even without a colorimeter to measure. And I made a video, so if you like to see it, check it out. It's in the description, then you know exactly what we're talking about. And it looks like today LG started to roll out the fix. And the fix what we're talking about is the 03.21.16 firmware, which I was able to test with a little bit of a trick already a couple of days ago, and I can confirm that this firmware is fixing this brightness issue. So I checked the German website and also the Australian website, because I got some feedback from subscribers from Germany and from Australia that they started to roll out the firmware over there, but so far I can't find it on the website. So there's still the old version on it. So 0.9, don't touch it, okay? It's still buggy. What I would recommend, and it looks like it is rolled out via OTA. So you go to all settings, you go to your support, and you go to software update. And as you can see, I'm already on 03.21.16. So when I'm going for check update, there will be no update found, because this is the last version. So I would recommend to check for updates. If this comes up with this number 03.21.16, then I would update. If this comes up with 03.21.09, then don't update, because this is not an improvement, it's a step back. So, but what you should do after the update, make sure your automatic update is still turned off, or turn it off anyway, because we have seen what can happen when LG or whatever company is releasing a faulty or buggy firmware. You can have a lot of trouble, okay? So my recommendation anyway is, as long there is no big problem with a TV or PC or something like this, don't update, don't force it. If there's a big improvement, of course, you can update. But if there's just a minor things and you don't have any advantage over this, just wait a bit, okay? Patience is sometimes very helpful in terms of software or firmware updates. And believe me, I know what I'm talking about. I'm having big problems sometimes with Microsoft updates. So yeah, don't update, okay? Because there's just a new software or update. Don't do it. Just wait a couple of days. Anyway, so just do this. Just update to your TV to the latest 03.21.16, because this is the fix for the HDR peak brightness, and I haven't found any issue so far with my TV with this firmware. So all the functions what I'm using are working, okay? So there's no problem with quick start, no problem with HDMI handshake, which we had weeks and months ago. The only thing what you should check is after the firmware, or you should do this after every firmware, check your settings, because after this firmware there was quick start activated, a couple of other functions were deactivated and so on. So just make sure your functions what you're using are still on again. So, because you never know what a firmware is changing. A firmware can erase everything on the TV and set it back to factory settings. This can happen. So just make sure after you update the firmware, check your settings, okay? Yeah, that's it for this video. Just a quick update on the latest firmware. So just let me know in the comments if you can update your TV already. And yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching me. If you're new to this channel, give me a like and subscribe. I would much appreciate it. And yeah, again, thank you very much. I see you next time. Bye.